Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Gone Baby Han here, and I'm here to talk about the Paranormal Activity movies and the new one, which I saw last week. And I know the movie came out a couple weeks ago, but I just recently saw it this weekend, and I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on it since it's fresh on my mind. And by the way, I'm going to have a few spoilers for the third one, so if you guys have not seen the third one, just don't watch this clip because I will give some spoilers for the third one. Carrying on. Paranormal Activity 1. A lot of people don't know this. This movie actually, the original Paranormal Activity actually came out in 2007. Director Oren Pele filmed it in his house for like $15,000. And he, screened it at various horror and scream festivals. It won wide critical praise there. But it never really had a huge market for it outside of the horror, film genre. I mean, it is a horror film, but outside of horror festivals. And so it got the attention of some big name filmmakers, Steven Spielberg, some of the big names at DreamWorks, Paramount, caught a sample of it, got their own copies of it, and watched it, and really liked it, and thought that it had the potential for a franchise. And so, as we all know, that's what turned out to be, what happened, because now there's a second one and a third one out. So, and what I really like about the Paranormal Activity movies is they do this interactive thing where, as I'm sure you guys know, you can vote for your city to be one of the first to screen the film at midnight for the midnight release, which I thought was really clever viral marketing. The new one's out, and while it doesn't quite hold up to the first one, to me, I think the first one will always be the best one, but it's a lot better than the second one because it explains a lot in terms of why this entity or demon is following Katie and her family and where it began. Now, I'll go ahead and start off with the beginning of the film, which is set in 1988, and Katie's family, it's her sister, which is the sister from the second one, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend. They never really explain who the father is, but maybe we'll find that out in the fourth one. I don't know, but and they're a normal American middle class family. He's a videographer for weddings. Go figure, videographer. They got to have some kind of camera angle in there. And she is, I think she's just a stay-at-home mom. They don't really exactly explain what her job is, but there's a really interesting scene where her grandmother, the mother of the girl, their mother, is talking to the mom and is saying that, well, I'm not really sure about, your boyfriend, he doesn't really have a steady career, and you said that you've always wanted a son. And that actually plays a real crucial role later. I'll talk about that later, but there's just a lot of family tension going on. Just not so much that it's like dysfunctional, there's abuse, but there's just, I don't know, just the third parties and just the parent-in-law, and just they just don't get along, and for good reason. And the film, it starts off like with the first two kind of start off really slow. This one starts off like really quickly. Like it opens with an earthquake, and there's a scene, I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's a scene where some dust from the ceiling, they run out of the room and the camera falls over and you see dust fall onto something. Really creepy, really convincing visual effects in that shot. That was really, really cool. Another thing that I really liked about the movie was it's the 80s, so they don't have, the boyfriend's limited on technology, so he gets one of those swiveling fans that turns like so. He takes the fan off and kind of rigs this contraption where the camera is on a pivot and turns, and there's these really scary scenes where the camera's going like this, and you're like just watching the corner of the screen as it's panning. And they had some really good scares and some really good atmosphere with that. The film, a couple of complaints is that, and apparently I just found this out today, a lot of people have been talking about how the scenes that were in the trailers were totally not in the film, in the final cut of the film. The guy, like the seance guy, or demonologist is like, well, what happened is, he's like getting his head slammed on the table. Apparently, all that stuff that you see in the trailer is at the very end of the movie, like post credits. Like after, if you stayed after the movie, you actually saw some of that. I don't know why. That just seems kind of out of sync. Like why they would show that then after the post credits, but I don't know. Maybe it'll make sense. I want to go see it again just because I want to see those scenes on the big screen. But probably my big complaint was that they had too many like jump scares. You know, just the kind where it's just like, bah! You know, it's just where that's just, it wasn't even like the entity or the demon. It was just people. You know, just playing pranks on each other, and I was just kind of like, really, come on. But it did do it excessively, but it did it enough to where it just kind of irritated me, and that was really my only huge complaint. Other than that, it's a really good time at the movies. The actors did a good job. Now to talk about a possible setup for the fourth one that I'm thinking. Okay, spoiler alert. Again, people who are watching spoiler alert, you might want to turn it off because I'm going to talk about the end of the third film right here. So apparently, the girl's mother is a part of a coven of witches that is summoning these spirits or these demons. In this case, the demon Toby. And what's weird is in the first one, she mentions a fire, and like that everyone got out okay, but she doesn't mention anything about like any of these events that happened when she was a kid. I guess the demons or the entities have ways of like erasing your memory or something. Like they're like Men in Black, like they have these like memory erasers. I mean, I don't fucking know, but that was the one. It's just it seems like a big gaping plot hole. I'm just like, what's going on with that? But the movie's good. It's really scary. I saw it almost a week ago, and it's still sleeping alone at night here in my apartment. I still get creeped out from time to time, but just like that, like my neighbor made a sound and it just creeped me out. You can see it just how this movie just gets to you. I mean, it really does. All three of them do. And a lot of people are getting a lot of critics are saying, I'm getting so sick of this found footage bullshit. Like they do it Cloverfield, they do it Blair Witch, and they're just doing it to death now. I mean, yes, they are using the found footage format a lot, but all that I ask is that if you're going to do a found footage film, okay, do something that hasn't been done before. Do something unique, which I thought this third one really did. I thought it had a lot of really cool camera angles, like with that swiveling camera, and just the tension and just the build up towards the climax was just really well done. Yeah, I mean, Paranormal Activity 3, 2 thumbs up. Really scary. Not as good as the first one, way better than the second one though. Check it out. Y'all leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought. What's your favorite Paranormal Activity? Did you like the third one? Just leave your comments. You guys have a good night, and thank you for watching.